Hey everyone, I'm Nina Zeta with Sidewalker Daily, and you guys know that I have worked with hotels and tourism boards on their influencer marketing campaigns. So literally when it comes to comp stays, hosted stays, press trips, paid travel influencer gigs, all of it, I'm your girl. I started my career in the influencer marketing space actually on the hotel travel side. And today what I wanted to talk about a little bit is this situation that a lot of creators in our community here at Sidewalker Daily face. When they are pitching to hotels, they often get these comp stays, these hosted stays, but they're not getting paid stays, or they're not getting paid by their hotel partners, which can be very, very frustrating, right? For some of you watching, you're like, oh my God, I would love a free stay. And yes, it sounds really glamorous and wonderful. But then once you enter level 2 of being a content creator or an influencer, you're like, wait a second, the paid stays are great, but they're not paying, my bills. And I want to start getting paid by these partners, the same I do with any other industry, right? The thing that makes travel a little bit tricky is that the experiences are super high ticket. So in the very beginning, hotels would be like, okay, well, I'm giving you a hotel for 3 nights. It's $300 a night plus all food and all that stuff. It ends up being close to like a $1,500 trade. So they're like, that's a lot of money, right? Like we could be getting that from another paying customer, but we're giving you that room. So I think that was the mentality in the very beginning, and creators being like, okay, well, it would have cost me like $1,500 to make this type of content for you anyways. So let's swap. And I still know travel influencers that do this and that are about the hosted stays. And I think they use it to their advantage because they'll pitch to other brands. But what I want to talk about today are some other strategies that you can implement to get paid by your hotel partner or to start getting paid by hotels instead of free stays. Now, before I jump in, make sure you hit subscribe to this channel if you're a creator, content creator, influencer, and you're interested in topics like this. So the first thing I want to share, or the first strategy or thought, or whatever you want to call it, is that basically it's really easy for a hotel in the very beginning to say no. No is just easy. It's the easy thing to say, right? So when you're like, hey, I want to create content for you, they're like, nah, no thanks, we're good. And I think this is because the mental energy or effort, like if you already have content as a hotel and you don't need anything, you're like, I don't need to spend money. Think about it. It's like if you already have something and then someone's trying to sell you something you already have, you're like, I really don't need that, right? If they tell you about it. Now, the trick here is showing them. I have had so many situations as someone on the brand side when I've told a creator, no thanks, like we're not looking for content at the moment. And then they're like, no worries. Well, I wanted to send a link to my portfolio of what I shot anyways to see if you'd be interested in licensing any of it. And then I'll click that little link button and I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. We need this. Or they'll like shoot a video shooting like the hotel buffet. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no one shot that before. Or they shot, I don't know, the infinity pool from a different angle or something that we're just like, wow, that's creative. We don't have it. We want it. That's the psychology, guys. You want to go to your hotel partners after your trip, after you've even gotten a comp stay with them, or even just stay there and show them the work. This is basically saying like, look what I've done. I want to license it, want to, have access to this. And this is the best way to get paid because you're not talking fluff. You're not talking in theory. You're not saying this is what I can do for you. You're saying this is what I did for you. And the proof is in the pudding. They like your content and they need your content specifically, then they're going to definitely look to wanting to license it. Now, something that's also really important when you are going and shooting content for your hotel partner, please think outside the box. You obviously want to add content that you think integrates naturally with what they already have, right? So go on their feed, check it out, look at things that obviously make sense, but also think outside the box. Think, what don't they have that would be good for them? What is a big main attraction, right? So we used to work at this hotel, or I did PR for this hotel. They had an amazing pool with the kids and slides and all the things. And I know that was a big selling point because a lot of families would want to come and take their kids to this like water park at the hotel. But on the Instagram account, there wasn't like tons of photos. There were, but like not enough. And I think that if you're able to find spaces in the property, that are exciting and that you think the hotel would want access to, this is a great way to monetize after the trip. And just to close out this tip, a creator in the Sidewalker Daily program, okay, she told me that she implemented this strategy And the hotel at first was like, no, we don't want to work with you. She was like, no worries. She sent them afterwards, her portfolio, and she did it the way that we show her how to do in our program. She sent them the email that we said, and she was able to generate, I think it was close to $8,000 afterwards because they were floored and loved the content. Now, if you are a creator that is interested in pitching, outreach, you're still a little unsure of how to do all of that, make sure you check out our next free live training on how to work with brands, how to get paid brand deals. We'll be sharing more strategies like this, but in a live setting where you can ask questions in the chat. Now, my second tip to get paid by hotels is to not even pitch content. What is a hotel like? What are their goals at the moment? So interestingly enough, there was a boutique hotel that we were working with, and their follower count was low. Like it was probably under 2,000 followers, right? And this is like a hotel property. It was small. It was like, not a major hotel, but they had a small Instagram account. So the creator that was in our pitching program, she came to one of our challenges and we were all brainstorming because that's what we do, right? We get together as creators and we brainstorm really good ideas and really strong pitches. And one idea that I can share with you guys here today that she came up with and that worked was she was like, I see that they have a low follower count. I want to help them grow that. So she ended up pitching them a paid giveaway. And she was able to say, I see that you don't have this. I can help you get there. Let's do a giveaway that causes everyone to follow you as a way to enter. And by doing this, you guys, she solved a need. She solved a problem, and they were willing to pay for that. You see, that is something that they were willing to pay for. They didn't need content in this instance, but they wanted to grow. And by figuring that out and selling a hosted giveaway, this is also a really strong strategy. If you notice that there's an account that potentially needs growth, you can charge for that. And we teach you guys how to price yourselves and rates and all that good stuff inside our Pitching to Brands Master course. So you can go check out that section to learn more. The third tip that I think is really helpful is hosting like an in-person sort of live or something on site. Now, one of the things that I know just from being on the hotel side is that hotels want people coming through their doors, right? So especially the local community. So to give you an example, if I'm a Miami hotel, there are areas of the hotel that are open to the public. There are restaurants, the spa, they may even have a day pass that they're offering to the general public. So they want people coming in and spending at the bar, at the coffee shop, at the spa, right? So if you're somebody that has a local influence, you could charge for potentially just that. Think about like a nice way of getting people to come in. Maybe it's a meet and greet where people want to meet you. Maybe you're hosting some sort of workshop at the property. So again, you're getting people in the door. Maybe you're hosting your podcast live there. Or, figuring out some sort of live event, some sort of in-person live hosting. Even just hosting a live. Hey guys, I want to walk you through this property. I want to show you all the amenities, and we're doing it all live. And building hype to the live. This works really well too when a hotel has something new to share or potentially is just trying to showcase a new feature or an amenity, and this is the type of thinking that you guys need to do outside of saying, hey, hotel, pay me to stay there, because they may not want to pay you to stay there. But if you find those secret little spaces, this is what kind of really helps validate you as a professional creator, someone that's going to add value. So I love this idea of live events as well. And the cool thing, guys, about live events is that it's also a nice way for you to potentially meet your community in real life. Like we had these girls, they did like a Mother's Day spa, the day before Mother's Day, like come with your mom and like, let's all pamper together. The hotel loved it because they were getting business. So think about what's going to help them and then pitch that so that you can get paid. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Every time you like a video or comment it, you letting us know that this is stuff that you want. So make sure you go ahead and do that. And I will see you guys in the next video.